Dr. Mahavir, and my fellow colleagues. Today, I, Ms. Zide, will be sharing my research topic with you, or my research study with you. My topic is, just give me one moment, Fostering Inclusivity in Home Language Classrooms, a case study of teachers' pedagogical strategies, and my research site is Phoenix, Durban. My main research question is, what pedagogical strategies are being implemented by Grade 7 English home language teachers to create an inclusive classroom environment? My sub-questions are, what challenges do teachers experience when implementing inclusive strategies in the English home language curriculum, and how do they overcome these strategies? And finally, my second sub-question is, are the Grade 7 English home language teachers prepared in implementing pedagogical strategies in the classroom? Are they prepared at a tertiary level, or are they required to engage with research studies to equip them with the necessary knowledge or skills in order to implement these strategies? The focus of my research study is, in South Africa, there is a diverse educational landscape. This leads to a need for teachers to foster inclusivity within their classrooms, because there are learners that are coming from very diverse socioeconomic backgrounds, cultural backgrounds, and even gender diverse backgrounds. The reason for why it's especially necessary for there to be inclusivity in English is because English is still perceived as a neo-colonial language. And this leads to learners who are second language English speakers to feel dissociated with the language. So by fostering inclusivity in English home language classrooms, teachers would be able to make a greater impact on learner engagement and academic success. By strategically selecting and incorporating a wide array of literary texts that reflects diverse cultures and identities, teachers would be able to create a learning environment where all learners will feel represented and valued. Moreover, the implementation of differentiated instruction becomes imperative in addressing the distinct learning needs that arise within a classroom. Such strategies not only enhances individual learning experiences, but it also contributes to a cohesive classroom community. Furthermore, adopting a culturally relevant materials in our teaching and learning, teachers would be able to connect with learners on a personal level, which will foster a sense of belonging that is essential for emotional and academic growth. This case study aims to explore these aspects of pedagogical practices, which will provide insight into how teachers are creating these inclusive classrooms as guided by the CAPS document, which is our curriculum. And it will foster, or it will create a classroom environment that will not only meet educational standards, but will also nurture the diverse identities of our learners. Through a detailed investigation of teachers' approaches, experiences, and challenges, this research study will contribute to a better understanding of effective strategies used that will foster inclusivity in the language education. The purpose of my research study is to understand the inclusive pedagogical practices that is used in the classroom, and the successes and failures of adopting culturally relevant materials, and the preparedness of grade 7 English home language teachers when fostering inclusivity in the classroom. The key literature in my research. So as I said earlier, there are limited research studies that are existent on fostering inclusivity in the classroom, but there's very little on English. But I'm basing my research study on the following literature. So the first one is the research study titled Language, Diversity and Culturally Responsive Education, which was written by Lopez A. E. and it was published in 2020. The next literature text is titled Personal and Professional Readiness of In-Service Teachers of English for Culturally Responsive Teaching, which was published by Zoba M.G. in 2020. The next one is Patterns of Teachers' Self-Efficacy and Attitudes Toward Inclusive Education Associated with Emotional Support, Collective Teacher Efficacy, and Collegial Collaboration, which was written by Modar G, Estevag SK, and Pakirinen E, which was published in 2024. The next research study is titled Creating Inclusive Classroom Environments, a Practitioner-Friendly Typology of Regular Classroom Teachers' Responses to the Call, which was written by Sly C, Chapman E, O'Donoghue T, which was published in 2024. The next one is titled Language, Class and Education, Deconstructing the Center to Rethink Inclusivity in Education in Pakistan, which was written by Tamim T, which was published in 2024. The theoretical framework through which I'll be working is the culturally responsive pedagogy, which emphasizes the strategies that is used for inclusive and effective teaching that embraces learners' cultural backgrounds, which enhances engagement and learning outcomes. By integrating diverse perspectives into the curriculum, teachers would be able to create a more inclusive environment. Strategies such as active learning strategies such as collaborative learning projects, discussions, classroom discussions and peer discussions, problem-solving activities would actually encourage learners to start voicing their experiences and cultural knowledge. And this participatory approach fosters a sense of belonging amongst all of the learners, which will validate their cultural identities while concurrently promoting critical thinking and interpersonal skills. My research design is as follows. The paradigm in which I will be working from is the interpretivist paradigm, which emphasizes the subjective meaning of social phenomena. It seeks to understand how individuals interpret their experiences, which is appropriate for my research study as I'm seeking to understand how English teachers are teaching learners who are coming from different backgrounds. The methodology of my research study is a qualitative case study, which is a research approach that focuses on exploring a particular phenomena within a real-life context, often through detailed examination of a specific instance, group, or event. And the purpose of me using a qualitative case study for my research study is to provide readers with a deep contextual understanding of inclusive pedagogical strategies that is currently used by grade 7 English home language educators. The snowballing sample is the technique I'm using for my sampling, which will mean that I will engage with one known English home language teacher within Phoenix, and then I will ask for that teacher to refer me to two other English home language grade 7 teachers, and then I'll ask those two participants to refer me or to suggest two other, so they'll suggest one each, which will be two more teachers, who also teach English home language, but the one criteria I have for all 5 participants is that they must be teaching at a public primary school. So this will allow for me to answer my research questions effectively. My data collection method is semi-structured interviews. The reason why I didn't choose structured interviews it's because it will allow for the participants to freely express themselves and express their opinions and feel a little bit more comfortable with sharing their strategies with me. And I'll analyze this data through thematic data analysis. To ensure the good quality of my research, I will maintain the confidentiality of my participants by using pseudonyms, for them, for the participants. I will name them participant A, B, C, D, E, and then I'll use pseudonyms for the names of their schools, in addition to the pseudonyms for their circuit as well. To ensure the validity of my research, I will follow through with an internal validity process, which will require me to ask my participants to show me proof of the strategies that they claim to have used in the classroom. The proof I will get through um, their files, their prep files, where they will indicate to me that they are, if it's, for example, if they are saying that they're using culturally appropriate texts in their lessons, I will ask for the worksheets that they're using in their classrooms, like within the prep file. And in addition, I will check it, whatever they're saying, against the learner's books to see that it's actually reflected in the learner's books. And to ensure the reliability and trustworthiness of my research study, I will validate the participants' my findings with participants by, after the data analysis, I will share my findings with the participants to confirm that the way in which I interpreted what they have told me, whether it's been accurately reflected in my findings. And then also I would, in order to ensure that my research studies is contextually rich, I will provide detailed descriptions of the text and the participants to allow readers to understand the complexities and nuances of my findings. So that concludes my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I'm open to questions. Thank you.